Hey guys, looks like it's beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for dropping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Revolution Brewing. These guys are in Illinois. This is their Northwest Hero. This was sent to me by Maverick, and this is a Northwest hop style IPA. West Coast style, if you will. And the note he has sent me with this saying they're out of Chicago. The Northwest Style IPA, 7.1% ABV, 68 IBUs, and it was canned on March the 6th of 18. Today is the 27th of May, so we're about a little over a week from it being 3 months old, which I think it would be the end of its shelf life as far as I'm concerned. So I wanted to go ahead and get to this and get it reviewed before it got any older. So Maverick, thanks a bunch, my brother, my friend, for sending me the beers you sent me. This is like I said, this is a IPA, guys, coming in at 7.1%. Should be a very tasty beer. I used to think the West Coast style beers were top notch before I got into the New England style beers. So they seem to be a little lackluster in where my palate is now, with all the unfiltered, hazy New England style juice bombs, as I call them. But I'm gonna try to grade it accordingly for the style that it is. It's not supposed to be a New England style. It's supposed to be a West Coast style. So let's see what it brings to the table here, guys. Let's step over and see if we have any other commercial description. Untapped says IPA brewed to showcase the dank aroma hop varieties grown in the Pacific Northwest, including Columbus, Chinook, Centennial, Cascade, and Warrior. And guys, I have brewed with all of these hops, and I grow a couple of these in the backyard. So hopefully it's going to be really hop forward. But we shall see here in just a minute. So that takes care of everything I think we need to talk about. So it's about time to stop talking and start pouring. So let's do that. Let's get it on. Let's pop the top on this bad boy. The date is on the bottom of it, like he said. I didn't see the IBUs on the can, but evidently it's available. It does have the canned on date, and it does have the ABV on the can. Food pairings for this beer, the cuisine is curried and Thai, cheese and peppery, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp, blue cheddar, your stronger cheeses, meat, poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon, and I'll add grilled meat to that. Glass for the pint, Bacardonic tumbler mug, Stein side down. I got my favorite tulip glass again today. I love this glass, guys. Y'all know that by now. And not recommended for standard salary. So drinking fresh, that's the whole reason they put a date on it. All right. About a finger and a quarter of head on that pour. It does look like a filtered beer, guys. A nice rich amber color. A good looking beer in the glass. About the perfect amount of head. Good looking beer. Let's get it to the nose. Oh yeah. A very nice example of a West Coast style using Pacific Northwest hops. And these hops, most of these hops, you can grow them anywhere in the United States. They grow very well here in Virginia. In just about any soil. I've got red clay out there, and they do very, very well. Citrusy notes, some hint of dankness in there. A little bit of pine and grapefruit. A nice example. I mean, it's not off the chain like the New England style is, where you're getting all the aromas of every kind of fruit you can think of. But I am getting the pine, the grapefruit, and the hint, and maybe some pineapple in there. It does have a nice dankness to it. So let's dive in and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Maverick. Very pleasant. Very, very pleasant. I wouldn't say it's the best West Coast style I've ever had, but it's decent. It does have a very nice hop profile, and it may have been a little stronger the first month it was in the can. Then we're here getting at the end of its 3-month shelf life. Some of the hops may have faded a little bit. Still a very pleasant beer, guys. I think it's the alcohol is very well hidden. It does have a nice bite to it with 68 IBUs. Probably wouldn't be the first IPA that I would jump into if you were just getting into that style of beer. There are other IPAs out there that have less IBUs that may be a little easier on your palate and not be so bitter to you. But a decent example of the style of beer right now. So let me sip on this and we'll come back and see where she ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Decent beer. Nothing outstanding or world class or anything like that for the style it is. But a decent beer. I may buy this beer if I could get it here. But like I said earlier, I've had better Northwest style or West Coast style with Northwest hops beers before. But it's a decent beer. I really don't think it's quite to the egg category though, guys. It's close. But I think it's a little heavy on the bitterness for the sweetness that the malt is giving it. It's a decent beer. That's where I'm going to leave it. Final chug. B plus for me, guys. 88 is where I'm going to put this. I will say the alcohol is very well hidden, but it does have a little heaviness on the bitterness in the hops for the sweetness I'm getting from the malt. So there's probably people say, "Oh my God, you're crazy." I'm not going to argue there, but I've had better Northwest hop versions of a West Coast style. So with that being said, let's run over to Beer Advocate. They say 3.94 in a very good range. That's exactly where I'm putting it, guys. I agree. And over to Untapped, they have it at 3.76. That's barely into their B plus range. I think it's a little better than that, especially with the ABV and the canned on date on there. And I do appreciate them doing that. But it's a decent IPA. And that's where I'm going to leave it. If you've had this one from Revolution Brewing, this is their Northwest Hero is what it's called. Let me know what you think, and if you see it, pick it up, give it a try. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.